members will be in the mute mode, and audio and video will be open only for speaker shareholders once their name is announced during the AGM. Please note that, as per the requirements of law, the proceedings of the annual general meeting are recorded and will be made available on the website of the company. I now request Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh, Company Secretary, to commence the formal proceedings of the meeting.
Thank you. Good afternoon, board members and shareholders. The requisite quorum is present, and with the permission of the chairman, we may call the meeting to order. As the members are aware, annual general meeting has been convened using audio-visual means as per the circulars issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India. The company has taken all possible steps to ensure that the shareholders are provided an opportunity to participate in the AGM either through video conferencing facility or watch the live webcast of the AGM proceedings and also to vote on the resolutions. As the AGM is being held through video conferencing, the facility for appointment of proxies by the members is not applicable. As per the provisions of Companies Act 2013, the statutory registers that are required to be kept open at the AGM are available for inspection by the members if they so desire, as per the process explained in the AGM notice. The Board of Directors have appointed Mr. Bhaskar Upadhyay, Practicing Company Secretary, as the scrutinizer to scrutinize the process of remote e-voting and e-voting at AGM in a fair and transparent manner. He is also present at the meeting. The notice dated 9th May 2022 convening this meeting and a copy of annual report for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 have already been circulated electronically to the members of the company, and with your permission we can take them as read. The reports of statutory auditor on the standalone and consolidated financial statements do not contain any qualification or adverse remarks, and hence it is not required to be read. I now request the chairman to commence the proceedings of the meeting.
Thank you, Sandeep. Good afternoon, my dear shareholders, fellow directors, ladies and gentlemen. I hope of you all and your families are keeping good health and doing well. I would like to introduce my colleague on the board who are attending the AGM today, Mr. Jay Shroff, Director and Global CEO. Mr. Vikram Shroff, Director, Chairman, Corporate Social Responsibility Committee. Arun Asar, Whole-Time Director. Mr. Hardeep Singh, Lead Independent Director and Chairman of Audit Committee. Mr. Pradeep Goyal, Independent Director and Chairman of Stakeholder Relationship Committee. Dr. Reena Ramchandran, Independent Director and Chairperson of Nominating and Remuneration Committee. Dr. Vasant Gandhi, Independent Director and Member of Risk Management Committee. Mrs. Naina Lal Kidwai, Independent Director and Chairperson of Sustainability Committee. We also have with us Mrs. Chandra Shroff, ex-Chairman, Mr. Mike Frank, President CEO, Mr. Rajendra Darak, Group CEO, Mr. Anand Vora, Global CFO, and Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh of the Company Secretary attending AGM. We also have representatives from Statutory Auditor, BSR & Co. LLP, Cost Audit, Mr. RA & Co. and Secretarial Audit, Mr. N.L. Bhatia and Associate. Now, with your permission, I begin with my formal address to the shareholders. Thank you all, the members who have joined the annual general meeting today. It is third year in a row that we are interacting virtually. However, it has given us an opportunity to interact with all those shareholders who were not able to attend the AGM in person. The pandemic has rigorously stress-tested our collective human resilience in past 2 years, and we have worked to fight back valiantly and look forward for a brighter future. As an organization, UPL has remained steadfast in the commitment to deliver innovative solutions and strengthen the farmer resilience. We have established a distinct and differentiated space by solving the problem faced by farmers across the world by innovative at the scale enabling them to practice sustainable farming and ensuring the steady and reliable income. FY 2022 was a year of challenging macro environment, input cost inflationary pressures, and supply chain disruption, following with geopolitical conflicts aggravating the situation. Amidst this difficult environment, the company delivered solid performance thanks to hard work and commitment of our employees. I am pleased to share that we have crossed the important milestone of our existing journey, with our EBITDA surpassing 10,000 crore in the year 2022. The success of this milestone can be attributed to open ag platform we announced in 2019. We had helped transform from just an agrochemical product supplier to provider of solution aimed to the challenge of the farmer and help to strengthen our relationship with them. We have also been able to significantly outperform the guidance given at the start of the year, with nearly every region seeing double-digit growth, while we continue to prudently invest toward the ensuring reliable growth going towards. Now, let me take you through some of the salient features of year 2022. UPL consolidated revenue from operation increased by 19% to rupees 46,240 crore. From 38,964 crore. In FY 21, EBITDA increased by 19% to 10,165 crores from 559 thousand crore. The net profit witnessed a growth of 26% to 3,626 crores from 2,871 crore. During the year, we raised $1.45 billion sustainability-linked loan, which resulted in reduction of interest costs by 35 BPS, 3.5, and opportunity to further reduce by 5 BPS on achieving the agreed sustainability targets. UPL has been included in S&P Global Sustainability Yearbook 2022 for the second year in running in recognition of the strong performance in environmental, social, and governance of risk management. Your company continued with fundamental belief of giving back to the society. We have impacted 0.5 million. We have injected 0.5 million lives globally through our CSR initiative. Your company also responded to the need of saving human lives in the second wave of COVID-19 using strength in innovation and initiative as the conversion of nitrogen plant to oxygen plant, training 100 plus industry players, government and private institutions regarding the same, procurement of new oxygen plant, among other things. In a bid to reward the shareholder, we have completed a buyback of shares through open market route of 1,100 crores. The board also recommended dividend of 500%, that is rupees 10 per equity share or rupees 2 each for the financial year ended 31 March 2022, subject to approval by shareholders. Today, we stand at important junction of our transformation journey. Our vision of remanaging the sustainability and started yielding impact and small steps towards sustainability in agriculture is expected to have multiplier effect in future. We are aggressively integrating automation with digitalization of services to drive farm productivity. Journey ahead seems to be inspiring with our consistent focus on differentiated and sustainable solution. We are confident of growing our market share sufficiently in the next 5 years. It will certainly be the endeavor of UPL to put our best efforts for sustainable growth benefiting all the stakeholders. UPL continues to bank on your confidence and trust in its shape and strengthen its business worldwide. On behalf of Board of Directors, I sincerely thank all the employees, shareholders, customers, and other stakeholders for their continued support to the company in this endeavor. I am grateful to the Government of India, all the state government, and government of various countries where we operate for assistance and cooperation. I also my sincere thanks to the regulators, stock exchange, bank, and institution for support provided to the company. Thank you all.
Thank you. May I request Mr. Jayesh Shroff, Global CEO, to address the shareholders.
Good morning and thank you everyone for being here at our AGM. 2022 was no less challenging to the previous years for different reasons. But UPL has again outdone our performance in 2022, and we are looking forward to another exciting year in 2023. Due to the disruption in supply chain, due to the disruption in the after COVID challenges and the food supply crises around the world, the demand for healthy and safe food has increased dramatically around the world. During this time, UPL has been able to deliver extremely strong performance with overall 19% growth in revenue and good growth in the EBITDA margins across the regions, double-digit growth in most regions except Europe. We continue to gain market share in almost every market around the world. Today, UPL has, in the last year, UPL has announced many partnerships. The partnership with Bunge in Brazil, partnership with the Christian Hansen for our NPP businesses, NPP business. The partnership with the Japanese conglomerate Mitsui and Meiji on fluperamine. So there are exciting developments on the Open Ag platform. We have 70 other partnerships with different startups and universities on the NPP platform to be able to make agriculture much more sustainable. These are the most challenging times, and the world and governments across the world are focused on sustainability and food supplies. And at this time, there is no other player, and our platform is a perfect platform to continue to help in countries and regions improve on food security. UPL has announced many projects, but all our businesses are doing extremely well. Our newest business, NPP, is the world's largest biosolutions company, and we continue to grow more than double digits in that business. Today, NPP has many platforms, and particularly our platform in France, Mexico, and Bangalore, India, are producing an amazing innovative technology to make agriculture much more sustainable and reduce the carbon footprint of agriculture. Our chemical and traditional business is continuing to grow very, very well. And we are very sure of continuing to gain market share in around the world, whether it's Latin America, US, Europe, Africa, South Asia, Asia, and India. We continue to develop technologies and engage with farmers with our sustainability platform. Our technology like Zeba is a transformational technology, and the adoption of that is continuing to grow. Our recent announcement of reduction in water of millions of liters of water by Muskoba sugar mill is going to transform the whole sugar industry in India. With sugar becoming more sustainable, other crops becoming more sustainable, our NPP platform has been able to transform the banana growing in Central America, and our pilot projects are giving us promising results. Advanta, which is one of the leading seeds company in the world, is also performing extremely well. In India, we continue to gain market share on corn. In Central America, corn is doing very well. Our forage portfolio is also very extremely well across the world. As we see shortages of food and animal feed, we are also developing technologies using the Advanta portfolio on bioethanol and other bioplastics, etc. There are exciting developments in this space for Advanta. As far as Africa is concerned, UPL was able to release its first sustainability report on Africa, which is actually showcasing all the development work which we are doing in Africa. Our partnership with Bunge is also shows the strength of our presence in Brazil and our ability to continue to partner and innovate. We believe that our platform, Origio, which we just announced this week, will allow us to continue to grow disproportionately in Brazil and continue to gain market share and find innovative solutions for Brazilian farmers, which is the food basket of the world. In India, the need for sustainability and increasing farmer income, we have developed a number of projects around the groundnut value chain, around the chili value chain, around the rice crop burning pilot which we did, which is not a pilot, but it was almost 400,000 acres this year, that all these platforms will continue to scale. Very proud to say that some of these projects are absolutely leading and are transforming the farmers' lives in India. As far as the other platforms are concerned, whether it's our Hannaford seed platform, whether it's our some of our other investments in Chile, etc., our recent acquisition in Indonesia, all are on track and continue to deliver better than expected performance across the board. So I'm very happy to talk to all of you and share some of these highlights. The most important thing for the world today is rewarding farmers, and at UPL we believe that we need to drive sustainable agriculture as a key focus for the world, and rewarding and recognizing farmers for sustainable behavior is going to be the key focus in the world. And having agriculture produces about 30% of the greenhouse gases. And if we reward farmers for sustainable behavior, we can reduce the carbon footprint. And UPL is committed, together with the Gigaton Challenge, that we will start rewarding the farmers and recognizing the farmers for sustainable behavior. We believe our initiative across the world will reduce the carbon emissions, the greenhouse gases from agriculture, and we believe that this will keep UPL as a leading provider of sustainable technologies. Today, UPL is investing hundreds of millions of dollars in developing, testing, and demonstrating these technologies, and we are very excited to see the results and performance. Also, we are the first company in the world on generating carbon credits from row crops in India. And all these initiatives are going to start a new trend, and we will continue to lead this effort going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I request Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh, Company Secretary, to continue with the proceedings. I'm sorry to interrupt. Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh, we cannot hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chairman, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jaishraf. The following resolutions are proposed in the AGM notice for approval of the members. The Chairman, Mr. Raju Shroff, Mr. Jai Shroff and Mr. Vikram Shroff are deemed to be interested in item number 4 of the notice pertaining to reappointment of Mr. Vikram Shroff as Director. 1. Ordinary resolution for adoption of audited standalone financial statement of the company for the year ended March 31st, 2022, along with reports of the Board of Directors and Auditor thereon. Item number 2. Ordinary resolution for adoption of audited consolidated financial statement of the company for the year ended March 31st, 2022, along with report of the auditor thereon. 3. Ordinary resolution for declaration of dividend on equity shares. 4. Ordinary resolution for reappointment of Mr. Vikram Shroff as Director. 5. Ordinary resolution for reappointment of statutory auditors and to fix their remuneration. And last item number 6, ordinary resolution for ratification of remuneration of cost auditor for the financial year ending March 31st, 2023. I would now like to make an announcement before we begin a question answer session. The resolutions contained in the AGM notice have already been put to vote through remote e-voting facility provided by the company. Members who have not yet cast their votes and who are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting through e-voting system provided by NSDL. Members can click on Vote tab on the NSDL portal to avail this feature. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh. The lines are now open for voting at the AGM for those shareholders who have not yet cast their vote. We have few instructions for the members who have registered their names for the question and answer session. The participation at this meeting and the facility of joining the AGM through video conference is being made available to the members on the first come first served basis. All members joining this meeting are by default placed on mute mode to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The names of shareholders who have registered themselves as speaker will be announced and those shareholders will be unmuted. The speakers will be required to unmute the audio and click on the video button from the side for the two-way interaction. In case any of the speaker shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, they can continue through audio mode while asking their questions. We would request the speakers to use the earphones so that they are clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other device. In case there is a connectivity problem at the speaker's end, we will move on to the next speaker to join. We would request the shareholders to limit their speech to 2 minutes in the interest of time, and the same shall relate only to the matters contained in the AGM notice. The speakers are requested to kindly mention their name and the location from where they are joining to avoid repetition of questions asked by earlier speakers in the interest of time. Once you have asked your question, you can continue to watch the proceedings of the AGM. To avoid repetition, the board and the management will respond to all the questions at the end. If a member faces any technical issues, they can contact on the helpline number provided in the AGM notice. Thank you. I now request the first speaker, Ms. Neha Mishra, to ask her questions. We would request Ms. Mishra to please unmute your audio and video and proceed ahead with the question.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me all right.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Very happy to see all of you once again. I had the good fortune of presenting first last year as well, so it's really nice to come back and share my thoughts as a continued shareholder. My name is Neha Mishra. I am the CEO of Untitled Project Services, a platform backed by MITI, Bombay Stock Exchange, and STPI, amongst others. I'm very happy to see this year's annual report with the focus on sustainability. I remember talking to the board last year and requesting Vikram sir and Jay sir to have, processes around sustainable finance which can help with the perception of the stock being positioned as a growth stock. And that has shown in the share price as of today. It has also reflected in the potential of the stock over the last 1 year, because I think in the aftermath of COVID, we dealt a little bit with the share price, sort of fluctuating in a certain range. We often work with companies and enterprises on literacy around these kind of share prices. And since there is a lot of focus in the annual report around sustainable and the NPP project that you are undertaking, I wanted to hear your thoughts on upcoming programs for this coming year, which can foster growth in the price of the share. Because as Motilal Oswal has also said that the share price is expected to go all the way up. So just a little bit more, I would say, positioning in terms of the policies that are being planned out for the coming year so that that growth can be seen in the price as well. So thank you so much for the opportunity to speak here today. And the entire Shaw family, Naina ma'am, Hardeep sir, Vasan sir, and everyone else joining us across the nation for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Mishra. Now we call our next speaker shareholder, Mrs. Lekha Shah and Mr. Satish Shah. I would request you to please unmute your audio and video and proceed ahead with the queries.
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow members, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Lekha Shah from Mumbai. First of all, I'm very much thankful to our company secretary, Mr. Sandeep Bhai, especially Ajit Bhai, for sending me the AGM notice well in time, which is full of knowledge, fact and pickets in place. So, I'm very grateful to our company secretarial team. Thank you, Chairman Sir and Jay Sarabji, for explaining us well about the company. Congratulations for excellent work, sir. Sir, I pray to God that He always shower His blessing upon you. Since Chorus Call allow us to log in without any problem, I would like to thank them for their services, especially Tanvi ma'am and Prakash sir. Sir, I am confident that with your vision and determination, you will lead our company to greater heights. And also, I pray to God our company should progress more and more under you and your team's work. Sir, I would like to ask few questions. My first question is, has there been any impact of COVID second wave on the company operations? My second question is, how many women employees are working in our office? My third question is, what is the roadmap for the next 2 years? So, I would like to say, I strongly support all the resolutions for today's meeting and my best wishes always our company and its prosperity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Shah. I would now like to call upon our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Siddharth Shah. I would request you to please unmute your audio and video and proceed ahead with the queries.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yes. So, as a shareholder, at the outset, I would like to welcome Naina ma'am. On the board, and I'm sure with her experience, it will add great value in the board functioning. Chairman sir, there are only 2 points which I wanted to raise. First is the effect of commodity prices and currency fluctuations on the company's business. And secondly, there's one suggestion that maybe UPL could consider reporting in the format of integrated annual report going forward. It is done by most of the companies, and the information is, comprehensive in terms of disclosure of financial as well as non-financial information. Lastly, sir, I would like to congratulate the management for Q1 results. It will definitely boost investor confidence. And I would also like to appreciate for the transparency and disclosures with respect to the EGM notice of March 2002, especially in respect of related party transactions. The disclosures were very good, and it helped us gain better understanding of the business transactions. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. I would now request our next speaker shareholder, Mrs. Jayashree Chowda and Mr. Praful Chowda. May we request you to please unmute your audio and video and proceed ahead with the queries.
Hello? Are मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, madam. Chairman sir, Board of Directors और वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में जुड़े हुए शेयरहोल्डर साथियों, सर फर्स्ट पेज पे आपने एक फोटोग्राफ दिया है जिसमें ड्रोन भी बताया गया है, तो ड्रोन से क्या काम लिया जाता है इसके बारे में जानकारी देंगे। जो भी खेतीबाड़ी में ड्रोन फरता है वो किसका रिसर्च करते हैं और इससे क्या बेनिफिट होता है उसके बारे में कुछ बताएंगे। प्रॉफिट तो आपका 5 इयर्स में डबल हो गया है, ईपीएस डबल हो गया है, फिक्स एसेट 4 टाइम्स हो गया है, सीआरएस में आपने 27 करोड़ रुपीस खर्चा करते हो। मेरे को सर 13,000 एम्प्लॉयज डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ले रहे और 8 बैंक है सर, वेरी गुड सर। 8 बैंक में आपका अकाउंट है, बहुत अच्छा है सर। आज कौन से बैंक कब बंद हो जाती है, क्या होता है, क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है, कुछ पता नहीं चलता है। तो नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में कभी भी ज्यादा बैंक रहे तो ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता, एक बैंक बंद हो गया तो दूसरे से भी काम चला सकते हैं। तो अपने को एम्प्लॉयज को देने की सैलरी या कस्टमर को देने का चेक या आईएसओ चेक भी डिपॉजिट करने लिए कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है, अच्छा है सर। हाइब्रिड मार्केट में कुछ मार्केट में लिखा आपने बोले हैं, तो हाइब्रिड मार्केट कितना आगे बढ़ेगा, कैसा रहेगा। तो हाइब्रिड मार्केट में आप सीड जो बेचते हैं स्मॉल पैकेट में भी बेचते हैं, क्योंकि अभी घर में भी लोग झाड़ पान लगाते हो, छोटी छोटी खेतीबाड़ी कर लेते हैं तो घर में टेरेस के ऊपर, तो इसके लिए कुछ बीज आप सेल करते हैं या नहीं। यूक्रेन और रशिया का फाइटिंग चलता है, तो अपना जो प्रोडक्ट है दूसरे कंट्री में जाता है तो यूक्रेन और रशिया की जो फाइटिंग है वो सी के पास दे जाता है, तो कुछ तकलीफ होती है या टाइम पे अपनी डिलीवरी दे सकते हैं, इसके बारे में बताएंगे। बाईबैक वेरी गुड सर, अच्छा डिसीजन है, तो इसके लिए मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि अब बाईबैक कर रहे। इक्विटी कम होगी तो नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में शेयर होल्डर को बेनिफिट होगा। और खासतौर पे नैना मैडम को वेलकम भी करता हूँ, और खासतौर पे नैना मैडम का सीन सामने देख रहा है और पीछे अमृत आजादी महोत्सव का फ्लैग लगा दिया मैडम ने, हमने भी नहीं लगाया होगा, डायरेक्टर ने लगाए, आपने लगाए, तो आप ज्यादा देश प्रेमी दिखते हैं, तो इसके लिए भी आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामना। क्या आप भी तो देश प्रेमी है और लोगों को देश प्रेमी बनाइए, ऐसी उम्मीद रखता हूँ। धन्यवाद। कंपनी की तरफ से मैं खुश हूँ, और साथ में जयश्री चावड़ा का भी स्पीच मेरे साथ ही आ गया है। और सर लास्ट में एक बार जो वापी का अपना यूनिट है इसकी यूनिट विजिट कराइए ताकि हम यूनिट देख सके। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you, Mr. Chowda. Our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Mukesh Chandi Ramani, had registered, however, has not connected. Hence, we will move on to our next question, which is from Mrs. Smita Shah and Mr. Bharat Shah. May we request you to please unmute yourself and proceed ahead with the questions.
हेलो हेलो, आवाज आ रही है मैडम?
Yes, ma'am, we
Hello.
can hear you. We can hear you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
ओके ओके। माननीय चेयरमैन, एमडी सर, श्री रजनीकांत भाई तथा अन्य माननीय डायरेक्टर्स, सर मेरा नाम स्मिता शाह। सबसे पहले तो मैं नैना जी का मैं बोर्ड पर हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ और हमारे बोर्ड पर और एक लक्ष्मी जी पधारे, बहुत ही खुशी की बात है। तो हमें अभी पूरा भरोसा है कि कंपनी और भी बढ़िया चौगुनी तरक्की के साथ आगे बढ़ेगी। और सर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री संजय देशमुख जी का भी मैं बहुत आभार मानती हूँ। बहुत ही मेहनती, हार्डवर्क और रिस्पॉन्सिबल है। हमें बैलेंस शीट इन टाइम मिली, गुड फुल इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ, ट्रांसपेरेंट, इंफॉर्मेटिव और कलरफुल। आप सभी की फोटोज प्रोडक्ट के फोटो के साथ एट्रैक्टिव बैलेंस शीट के लिए प्लस उनकी बेस्ट टू बेस्ट गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस के लिए मैं उन्हें धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन देती हूँ। साथ में उनके साथ मेहनती और हार्ड वर्कर करण, ऑलवेज स्माइलिश करण और पूरी सीएस टीम को भी मैं उनकी गुड सर्विस के लिए मैं धन्यवाद अभिनंदन करती हूँ। और सर आपको मैं हार्टली अभिनंदन देती हूँ कि आज अपने कंपनी में काफी मेहनत और लगन से हार्डवर्क करके कंपनी को एक्सेलेंट परफॉर्मेंस के साथ आगे बढ़ाई है। इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर आपने बढ़िया वर्क बढ़ाकर अपना नाम ही कमाया है। वेरी गुड सर, यूं ही आप आगे आगे बढ़ते रहे। और आपका रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन 5 साल के कंपेयर में बहुत ही बढ़िया 2.5 गुना बढ़ गया है। अच्छी बात है। कहते हैं सर कि मेहनत करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती और हिम्मत से आगे बढ़ने वालों की कभी पीछे हट नहीं होती। यही सर आपने करके दिखाया है। और सर आपकी सीएसआर बढ़िया, आप जो एक्टिविटीज कर रहे हो बहुत ही बढ़िया है। मैडम श्रीमती संद्रा जी की लीडरशिप में चिल्ड्रन एजुकेशन आपने कई स्कूल एस्टेब्लिश किए। और सर नरगिस अपना नर्सिंग कॉलेज भी वापी में आपने चालू किया और संद्रा श्रॉफ ज्ञान धाम स्कूल भी ओपन कर एक्सेलेंट परफॉर्मेंस के साथ आगे बढ़ाई है। और यूपीएल यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी और केमिकल टेक्नोलॉजी SRICT जो जिसमें आपने 330 स्टूडेंट्स ने इस टाइम लाभ लिया है। बहुत ही अच्छी बात है सर, बहुत ही बढ़िया एक्टिविटीज आप कर रहे हो। तो उन सभी का आशीर्वाद, उन सभी की दुआ हमेशा आपके साथ रही है और रहेगी। और सर अभी आपके आगे के फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है जरूर बताएं और फ्यूचर में कौन से नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करने वाले हो ये भी जरा थोड़ा हाईलाइट कीजिए सर। बाकी तो आपकी मेहनत लगन को मैं दाद देते हुए सदा हम आपके साथ हैं। आज के सभी रेजोल्यूशन में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करती हूँ। साथ में मेरी दिल की शुभकामना के साथ शुभकामना मैं करती हूँ। और सर कल ही रक्षाबंधन का त्योहार भी गया है, तो आप आज मुझे इस विषय माध्यम के थ्रू मिल रहे हो, तो मेरी रक्षाबंधन के त्योहार के नाते में एक शेयर होल्डर बैंक के नाते में शुभाशीष करती हूँ कि ईश्वर आपकी हेल्थ वेल्थ हमेशा अच्छी बनाए रखे और आप यूं ही गुड हेल्थ के साथ हमेशा सालों साल हमें एजीएम में हर साल मिलते रहे और आने वाले फ्यूचर में चौगुनी सफलता के साथ कंपनी आगे बढ़े, आपकी लीडरशिप में बहुत बहुत आगे बढ़े, यही मेरी शुभकामना है। और सर आशा रखती हूँ कि नेक्स्ट ईयर आपके साथ फिजिकल एजीएम में मिले, यही आशा के साथ फुल सपोर्ट के साथ आने वाले सभी त्योहारों की और संवत्सरी श्री गणेश फेस्टिवल, नवरात्रि, दीपावली सभी की हार्दिक शुभकामना करते हुए मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ। सर चालू रखिए, भरत साहब बात करिए। थैंक यू सर।
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री माननीय रजनीकांत भाई, शोभ, जय भाई, विक्रम भाई, सर आवाज आ रही है ना मेरी? हेलो,
यस
सर आवाज आ रही है ना? माननीय श्री रजनीकांत भाई, शोभ, जय भाई, विक्रम भाई और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर, सर मेरा नाम भरत शाह। मैं सर बरसों से आपका सेवक रहा हूँ, वर्षों से एजीएम अटेंड करता हूँ सर। मेरी कोई क्वेरी नहीं है। बहुत व्यवस्थित आपने कंपनी को चलाई है सर, बहुत ऊंचाई पर लेके गए हो सर कंपनी को और बहुत अच्छी आगे बढ़ रही है सर कंपनी। सर सर नेटवर्क भी बढ़ा है, रेवेन्यू बढ़ा है, EBITDA बढ़ा है सर, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स बढ़ा है सर, फिक्स एसेट सर बढ़ा है 5 साल में कंपेयर में सर, और डिविडेंड भी आपने अच्छा दिया है सर। सब बातों में सर व्यवस्थित बढ़ोतरी है और कंपनी आगे ना आगे ऊंचाई पर आप लेके जा रहे हो सर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ, अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर इसके लिए सर। चेयरमैन सर आपको, एमडी सर और पूरे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर सर और कंपनी के सभी छोटे बड़े एम्प्लॉइज का बहुत बहुत आभार मानता हूँ और ईश्वर को प्रार्थना है कि अपनी कंपनी दिन 2 गुनी रात 4 गुनी बहुत बहुत आगे बढ़े। भगवान की ईश्वर को मेरी हृदयपूर्वक प्रार्थना है सर। CSR एक्टिविटी बहुत अच्छी आप चला रहे हो, एक मानवता का कार्य है। मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर और सारे एवर्ड्स के लिए भी बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर और अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। और सर डिविडेंड तो भी अच्छा है, सब बातों में सब व्यवस्थित होती है सर। आगे वाली 2-3 सर हो सके तो बोनस के लिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ और सर 5 इयर्स का फ्यूचर प्रोग्राम हो सके तो जरूर बताना सर। और मैं सर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी संदीप भाई देश पांडे और उनकी टीम के करण और उनकी पूरी टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर, अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे हैं सर। हमेशा शेयर होल्डर को रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं, शेयर होल्डर की कोई क्वेरी हो तो सोल्व करते सर। ये इसी माध्यम में जुड़ने के लिए भी उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की है सर और बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे हैं। बहुत हार्डवर्क संदीप देसाई करण जी बहुत हार्डवर्किंग सीएस टीम है सर। तो मैं पूरी हार्डवर्किंग सीएस टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Mr. Shah, the time allotted is of 2 minutes is over. We request you to please give
हाँ तो बस आधा मिनट में मैं कर देता हूँ खत्म, आधा मिनट में खत्म कर देता हूँ मैं।
Sure, sir. Please
हेलो
go ahead. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
बस सर नेक्स्ट ईयर फेस टू फेस जरूर रखना, तो अपन साथ में मिलेंगे। आत्मीयता का बड़ा होगा, आपको मिलने का बहुत मन कर रहा है। बाकी सर सारे त्योहारों की शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और सारे रिजर्वेशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद सर, जय श्री कृष्ण सर, जय श्री कृष्ण। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Mrs. Shah and Mr. Shah. I will now invite our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Anil Parekh. I will request you to please unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
am
sir,
I
you
audible?
are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Chairman Mr. Shroff, and also I am visible. Chairman Mr. Shroff, other board members and fellow shareholders. So myself Anil Parekh from Bombay. I am an old shareholder of the company, and we used to come to the shareholders to our registered office, not office, Ankleshwar office, and it was very lively discussion and it was lively meeting. I hope you will consider that next year as physical meeting, because we feel attending virtual meeting is not live. I would like to extend my support to Sandeep and Ajit also, as a company secretaries, for assisting us whenever we need any help. Sir, as usual, I have gone through the balance sheet. As usual, excellent performance, understanding that economic scenario is very challenging, and we are doing excellently well as far as revenue, profitability, everything is concerned. Also, you have rewarded us by 500% dividend. Thank you, sir. Very good. Sir, now my question begins. Sir, we have launched this year Nurture.farm, a platform to provide technology-led solutions to farmers. Sir, in what way it will benefit to our company also? I would like to know. Of course, it will help farmers also, but in what way it will help us? And sir, majority of farmers don't know how to use the technology. So I would like to understand how you will take benefit of this our platform launched. Sir, also major achievements we have done on page 91. I don't want to explain that. Very good achievements you have done, sir. Next question is, sir, we have 6 unlisted subsidiaries. Are all these doing profits, and what is their status? Please let us know. Sir, on page 101, there was a fire occurred in our plant at Ankleshwar. So what is the status as of now, and whether insurance company, our claim has considered our claim or not, and what is our claim with the insurance company. That is quantum I would like to know. And also thanks for buyback of shares to the tune of 1100 crores at 875 rupees per share. Sir, you are doing truly steps taking in the interest of minority shareholder. Sir, also on page 42, what is our R&D expenses as of today, and how you will go forward with R&D? Also, we have been granted 1500 patents. How many more patents you are expecting this year to be granted permission? Next question is, sir, 1 minute. Sir, what is our expenses on new technology adoption, and on plastic waste management, what steps we are taking, since our government is very serious to take this plastic waste management should be at highest level. I don't want to ask you many questions, since everything in details is given in annual report. I'm thanking you all for allowing me to speak, and I support all the resolutions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Parekh. We now call upon our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. May we request you please unmute your audio and video and proceed with your questions. Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia, may we request you to please unmute your audio and video and proceed with your queries. While we check the connection for Mr. Mahadevia, we'll move to the next question. Then we will now request Mr. Yusuf Yunus Rangwala to please unmute yourself and proceed with your questions.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. आपको मेरा आवाज आ रहा है, चेयरमैन सर? अपना कंपनी चेयरमैन सर रंजीत सर, जय श्रॉफ and Vikram Shroff, the three of the excellent director and direct chairman. सर, आपकी गाइडेंस और आपके हार्ड वर्किंग के लिए आज कंपनी इतनी अच्छी है सर, और आज अपनी बैलेंस शीट जो मुझे मिला सर, उसके लिए मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ. पेज नंबर और पेज 400 पेज का अपना बैलेंस शीट बनाया, और अपना संदीप कुलकर्णी साहब को जितना धन्यवाद दो उतना कम है, और अपना संदीप सर और अपना करण सर, ये दोनों साहब को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ, उनकी हार्ड वर्किंग, और उनकी तरफ से मुझे फोन भी आया whether they are joining or not. Today there are so many meetings, sir. Page number 62, sir. As we school में we UPL recognize the important quality of Sandra Shroff, vice chairman. She is doing a very good work for helping the poor student and helping the education. She has activities. And we are having a solar also, sir, on page number 62. I will know how many solar you have, sir. How many solar? Then page number 63, some ladies are cutting some tree, this. She shows how when page number 58, farmer, very good, sir. Page number 53, sir, I am very happy to see all the annual report. And sir, we are having one page, continuous zero harm on page number 51. Page number 51, sir, we are having a laboratory also, sir. This shows how your company is going up. Sir, nothing more to add. My good wishes are there. Sir, how you are celebrating the 15th August? I would like to know. My good wishes for this 15th August. And sir, I have one more time. I will thank our company excellent secretary and also thanks our link people. Sir, next हो सके तो हमें फैक्ट्री विजिट कराइए. सर, मैं आपको हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ. दिस इज एक्सेल ग्रुप कंपनी सर. और अपना सर जहाँ पे श्रॉफ साहब को कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है सर. उनका पूरा ग्रुप सर हार्ड वर्किंग and they are very down to the earth, sir. We are very lucky to have excellent company shareholder, sir. We are very lucky to have excellent company. आपने डिविडेंड 500% दिया सर. बहुत अच्छा डिविडेंड है सर. आज ऐसा मार्केट के हिसाब से भी डिविडेंड आपने बहुत बढ़िया दिया सर. इसके लिए सर मैं आपको बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ और मेरा शुभकामना है सर. हो सके तो हमें सर विजिट कराने का कृपा करें सर. वापी नेक्स्ट ईयर सर अगर फिजिकल हो तो मैं वापी आना चाहता हूँ सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच. मे गॉड ब्लेस आवर कंपनी and I also thanks our chorus people for giving me a telephone link. and especially Ritu madam and his full of team of the chorus, that they are giving us very excellent services. We are very lucky to have chorus people, sir. Thank you. I will end my speech here only, sir. Thank you very much. And one more, I will thank our Sandeep. Thank you, Sandeep. Yes, book, sir. Thank you very much, Sandeep, sir, for giving me excellent balance sheet. Jai Hind, sir. Jai Maharashtra. And I also thanks all the chairman and all the team. Thank you, Jai Hind, sir, for Mumbai, speaking from Mumbai, sir. Thank you. Nothing more to it, sir. I end my speech here only, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rangwala. We would now request the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Soni, to please unmute your audio and video and proceed ahead with the questions.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Soni, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and also to all the members and the directors participating from the London and across the globe. So I have few quick questions. Maybe the board can go about it and answer them. First question is, in this year 21-22, all the regions had a double-digit growth except Europe. With Russia-Ukraine war deepening, do you see a negative trend in the coming quarters for Europe? Then next question is, we heartily appreciate the work done by the company in the areas of stubble burning, which of course is a big cause of pollution in North India. What is a long-term plan that the board have thought about this initiative? And along with that, the effect of climate change on the agriculture sector, and in turn our company. Next is,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Soni. We lost you. We are unable to hear you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can. Please proceed ahead.
Sorry for the interruptions. Yeah, the next one is the highlight that I would want to make is that we do have a strong financial performance in the 21-22, and of course, basis the Q1 results that we have seen in the for the 23. But the same is not getting reflected in the share price of the company. This is a cause of worry for the investors. Would you like to comment on this? Because I believe the company has done its best even from the buyback perspective. So anything where we can link the financial performance and the share price of the company increasing. I would request you to continue with the EAGM next year to enable the shareholders like us to attend and present our views, because we are participating from the remote location. So that would be great. Next one is, I can see that in the 21-22, just hold on, I was just seeing your financial results. So for the last from 2018 to 2020.
Mr. Soni, sorry to interrupt. We again lost your audio, sir.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the last question. So I can see that from 2018 to 2021, the net profit of the company have been between 200 to 550 crores. But for the year 2022, it has suddenly risen to approximately 1200 crores. So the reasons, and do we expect the same to continue in the near future? This was my last question, and I support all the resolutions, and I especially the reappointment of Mr. Vikram Shroff. I think both the brothers, Mr. Jai and Vikram, form a great team together, and he will continue to take UPL to greater heights. Thank you, and have a nice day to the board.
Thank you, Mr. Soni. I would request Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia to please unmute yourself and proceed with your questions.
Hello. Respected Chairman Rajubhai Shroff, members of the Shroff family, and all the distinguished directors. Sir, our AGM was always a festival. However, today we cannot meet personally. However, today's one satisfaction is that I can see Vikram Shroff on my screen, and I'm happy about it. Sir, let me congratulate the company for achieving excellent result during 21-22, and they have been excellently reproduced in our annual report, integrated and it contains all the details which a shareholder would like to have. Sir, I also appreciate the work done by the company, and you have obtained excellent ESG rating. And based on sustainability, you have been able to get loan at a lower rate than what it exists otherwise. Congratulations for that. Sir, I also appreciate your CSR work and the good dividends which you have given. I would also like to appreciate the help of the secretarial department making this particular attendance of mine possible at the meeting. Sir, I would now like to put some questions with a view to increase my understanding. Sir, my first question is that about 2 years ago, we had acquired an American company larger than our own size. Sir, I would like to know, of course, we must have got all the benefit of synchronization, but have we integrated that company with our company in every respect, and whether we are getting all the benefits from it? Sir, my second question is that we are having excellent profit. We are having, you did a good buyback. Of course, we would have preferred if you had taken it from the shareholders directly. However, what we find is that the market capitalization of our company, the share price, does not reflect any improvement in the last about year and a half. Sir, our price before the last bonus of 1 on 2 shares was about 1200 rupees. Sir, today also the share price hovers only at about 900 rupees. Sir, what are we finding in this particular respect? Sir, my third question is that the agricultural reforms which were initiated by the government could not be implemented because of farmers' agitation. These changes would have brought excellent result in the working of farmers and in our company. Sir, how this is likely to affect the working and operations of our company? However, we also take a note of the fact that the government is taking various steps to improve the farming, and particularly in requirement of the farmers' infrastructure. However, sir, can you summarize the final picture in this particular field? Sir, then my next question is regarding genetically modified products. Sir, we have not been able to get sanction for any other products apart from, I believe, cotton. Sir, however, since we are international operators, may we know what is the situation of genetically modified products in the rest of the world? Sir, my next question is regarding the economic impact of the CSR work which we are doing. Sir, the economic impact of our investment is with a multiplier effect, and the result which we are giving in our CSR report is the direct implication of our investment. So may I request that an economic impact of investment in CSR can be independently carried out, and it should also give the multiplier effect of our investment in CSR. Godrej Consumer Products have done it in the 21-22 report, and their multiplier is as high as 12. For every rupee spent, the benefit to the society is 12 times. So, sir, our such report should also be carried out. Sir, then I would like to refer to the problem of release of methane gas by cattle. This is much more dangerous than the CO2. CO2 effect is seen immediately. However, in case of methane gas, it accumulates and is usually in high altitude where snow is prevailing. However, it bursts at regular interval at such a height and causes a number of problems. Sir, what is our observation on this particular point, if you can show some light on this? And sir, lastly, it has been observed by international studies that although the people even in advanced countries are enjoying good food, however, they are having deficiencies with respect to various vitamins. And therefore, although the food which they eat is substantial, they do not get the required vitamins. And this is mainly because of the quality of the soil. And therefore, sir, I would like to know what efforts are being made to improve the soil. And particularly, it is the crust of the layer which requires a change, which is much deeper than the efforts which are being made at present.
Mr. Mahadevia, sorry to interrupt. The allotted time of 2 minutes is over, sir.
The last one, well, normally I give speech for 15 to 20 minutes in Bapi. But anyway, sir, my last thing is, I wish our organization every success in all our efforts, and I congratulate the promoter Shroff family, all of whom are present in the meeting today, for their excellent achievement and the service to the society which is going on for more than 50 years. Congratulations and all the best wishes in the year to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mahadevia. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question for today. Dear shareholders, we now take a break of 5 minutes, after which the shareholders' queries will be answered. Please stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. I now request the directors or management to reply to the queries.
Yes, thank you very much for the questions at the AGM. I would like to address as many as questions as I can today. One of the important achievements of UPL is the integration of the Arista business. Arista was a global platform very similar to UPL with a presence across. Advanta had a lot of, we foresaw a lot of synergies of the Advanta business when we acquired it. Today, we are very happy to share with you all that after the Arista acquisition, the UPL EBITDA has more than tripled over the last few years. And we continue to benefit from the integration of the Arista business across different platforms. Due to the acquisition of Arista business, UPL today becomes one of the leading players in so many countries around the world. Not only the NPP business, which is a division which we hived off today, this last year, and we have created a focus group there. It remains an integral part of our future growth, as sustainability continues to be the most important agenda in agriculture going forward. So the NPP business, UPL had an NPP portfolio, but together with the Arista, it becomes number one. Because of the Arista integration and successful integration, today UPL is number one in Mexico, number one in Chile, number one in Colombia, number one player in Africa, and many, many other parts of the world in many segments in Central America, in the Caribbean region. We are by far the number one player. And with this number one status comes huge responsibility, and we continue to bring in new technologies to improve farmer resilience and our penetration in the everyday lives of farmers. I would on women's women in UPL. We have a very strong network of women in UPL, women's network, which meets regularly and have a very, very positive working environment in UPL. Today, about 15% of our workforce at UPL is women, which is little less than 2,000 women work in UPL across the world in different geographies, right from Chile to India to Australia and other parts of the world. And we continue to encourage women to take more and more responsibility and continue to take different jobs across. We are finding different programs to accommodate the challenges women face in being able to relocate in a global company. And we are having continuous discussions we had an unfortunate fire in our plant in Ankleshwar. We had a terrible accident, and we we have had a lot of discussions internally and are focused on upgrading and all the aspects in all the plants based on all the learning we have had. And the board of directors and the whole management team are continuously focusing on improving health safety at our plants. As we continue to become a leading player of chemicals around the world and in India, and reduce and more farmers around the world and companies are dependent on UPL for supplying key raw materials, particularly in times of crisis. Like the one we had in the last 2 years and the shipping crisis we are undergoing continuously even today. It becomes much more important for us to continuously improve our safety standards and our ability to run our factories safely. The insurance claim amount is about 31 crores, and it's under process. And we believe that we will receive that. As far as the nurture business and the drones and service, UPL about 4 or 5 years ago started. One of the biggest challenges in agriculture is cost of labor and inflation, and smallholder farmers cannot afford to use mechanization, which is one of the key tools farmers use around the world. And UPL embarked on a process in 2014-15 to create a model to service farmers who are short of labor and cannot afford to use mechanization. This year, UPL will service about 7 million acres, 7 million, which makes us the world's largest farm service company in the world. Part of the drone policy of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji was to encourage mechanization, and drone policy, I believe the Prime Minister personally is following up. UPL has jumped on this opportunity to bring drones, and this year we plan to target 3 lakh acres serviced through drones, which will also make us by far the largest drone servicing company, drone-based operation company in the world. And we continue, this is the first year, and we continue to use this opportunity which the government has given us to be able to help service farmers. We have already this season done more than 20,000 acres of servicing through drone. And we all know the season this year, agriculture season in India was delayed. But not only in India, we are talking to companies around the world, our partners in Brazil and other places, and learning and working with them to develop better products to apply through drones. Our servicing business is transformational and is able to really build a very close relationship with the farmers, the villages, the constituency. And our CRM program and our nurture program is an extension of what we started in 2014-15 of servicing the farmers. Today, Nurture has extensive platform of digitizing the whole life cycle of the farmers. With our IoT devices and our servicing of farmers, we are able to engage and understand the pain points of the farmers and the challenges. And with our Ziba technology, our soil health portfolio, our CRM program with the Indian Institute of Research, ICR, and the partnership, we are planning to continue to solve some of the problems which farmers are facing, but also some of the farmers being created, some of the challenges being created by farmers, particularly on the crop residue burning in the north of India. And this year we intend to do at least 1 million acres or maybe even more if we are able to facilitate the permissions from the government and the support from farmers. As far as engaging, this year, after piloting last year, Nurture has launched a Kavach insurance scheme, which is a completely different crop insurance scheme where farmers are able to buy different Kavach level. It's a sachet product where this year we are expecting to do more than 2 million insurance schemes with farmers where they buy a small packet insurance. But with this insurance, the farmer instantly gets paid within 3 to 7 days of his insurance claim, unlike the traditional insurance offered by the government and insurance companies, where the farmer may have to wait 6 months to 1 year or even longer to claim insurance. As far as the extension work on Nurture is concerned, we have hired a whole a team of independent workers who are gig economy workers who work and are rewarded on transaction basis to facilitate the farmers to use our Nurture and train the farmers to use our digital products on their farm to really improve their resilience. The stubble burning, we have seen in the last year after the stubble burning experiment that the following year the farmer reduces the fertilizer in the in his farm by almost 30% and is able to get anywhere from 15 to 40% yield increase because he is able to take the stubble and incorporate it in his soil. One of the biggest challenges in the north of India, which has been farmed for more than 5,000 years, is the soil organic carbon is reduced. And we are all aware of the campaign by Sadhguruji on soil carbon and how important it is for a future of producing food. And with our CRM program, once the farmer incorporates the stubble into the ground, we are seeing the organic carbon going up. And in the north of India, we are at the lowest level of soil organic carbon to be able to call it actually a desert. And that's why the overuse of fertilizer. And we believe that over the next 10 years with this CRM program, once it transitions from crop burning, it will really go towards improving soil organic carbon. We believe that UPL has the best portfolio in the world talking about the impact of climate change in agriculture. UPL has the best portfolio in the world on for farmers to be able to fight climate change. With our Zeba technology, our all soil health products, and our stress management products through our NPP portfolio, we have the best portfolio in the world by far, and we are so far ahead of any other company in the world in bringing technologies to help farmers fight climate change. UPL has an amazing team globally and research stations around the world where we are able to test our new technologies and patent them. Today, we have a huge portfolio of patent, and we continue to accelerate the investment in IP and patenting. This drives our innovation rate. Today, our Open Egg Farm network, together with UPL and Advanta, is helping us to showcase some of our innovative technologies to not only governments but farmers and farmer organizations across the world. We are talking and developing continuously platforms to showcase our technologies and being able to bring those technologies to farmers so that they can adopt some of the new technologies. We'll be very happy at the next meeting to showcase some of them, but we did do it at our annual meeting, and at the annual meeting in April, May next year, we will again showcase you some of the fantastic technologies being developed by our farmers. Advanta business with the hybrid seeds continuously is growing. Today, we are number one corn seed company in many parts of India, in many parts of Central America. Our business is growing in Indonesia, Thailand, India, all of Africa, and in Central Asia. We are actually a leading corn seed company. As you already know, that sorghum is a very important drought-resilient crop. We are developing that. We are working closely with the Indian government and the ministry to develop sunflower seeds in India, because India is a huge edible oil importer, and we are continuously engaging with government on policies. As far as any other points? As far as the war in Russia and Ukraine, UPL continues to work in these regions, because across the board, every government is supporting the food security, and we have our employees. We are continuously discussing with them and trying to help in coordination with all the governments to make sure that farmers are not impacted by this, and our technologies are available to them so that they can continue to grow their crops and have their livelihoods. And so when, like all wars, this one ends, we are in a good situation, and we have the trust and relationships of the farmers that we were there with them in the difficult times. and we continue to build on that. Yeah, I'm trying to see. One question on plastics. UPL has embarked on a very large program to collect, and we are negotiating with state governments in India, and particularly in areas where we are setting up collection centers for the plastic waste from our business. We will recycle this waste in a way approved by the governments and be able to use it for the right application. This is a huge initiative for us starting this year, and we believe that over the next 5 years, we will be able to make that into a very successful collection system. Right now, we are educating the farmers, the dealers, the distributors, how we are going to do that and how we are going to reward them for helping us to be able to do that. So I think there was another question about the impact of currencies and commodity prices. In the last 3 years, and UPL operates in 138 countries, there is always a challenge. While it is more amplified today, we continuously have been doing over the last 20-30 years, managing this volatility around the world. Not only in currencies, but commodities, shipping, and other challenges which have been occurring in a much more smaller way. But our teams across the world are so well trained that we were able to continue to grow in these difficult times when there is such a big shortage. Our size and relationship with our supply chain also helps us. We were able to work with our shipping companies to give us priority and favorable pricing, because food security is such an important issue for the world, and we are able to continuously discuss with the shipping companies and show the impact of what UPL does, and that's why we've had a lot of support from them. And actually, more and more, when we are talking to governments in Africa, in South America, we are continuously engaging with governments, presidents of countries, and the agriculture ministers to be able to showcase to them how important we are in their food security. And this is very rewarding for us across the world. I think I've answered all the questions. Anything missing? Anand, no, you want to cover something?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Shroff. I'll just cover. There were a couple of questions which I'll answer. On the profit of the 6 unlisted companies, you refer to page 160 in the annual report. All the details are provided for these 6 unlisted companies. That was one. As regard the R&D spend, it's about 3% of our revenue. That's what we spend on R&D. And on the CSR economic impact, we are working on the report, and from next annual report, you will see the CSR economic impact report also, which will be present. So as we speak, that work has been undertaken. With this, I'll hand it back over.
I have one more answer.
Sure.
I think Sailesh Bhai asked one question about methane generation. UPL is working on technologies with partners and universities to reduce methane generation from cattle. And we are not ready to announce that, but we are actively working on technology, and we expect that technology to deliver great results. But what we are doing currently is methane generation from rice is a huge challenge. And we are actually, our carbon sequestration through our AWD project on rice is been very successful. It is our project has been registered by VERA, the agency which supervises all carbon credits. It's a global company, and very, very difficult to impanel a project, but we were very proud to say that our rice methane elimination project has been listed by VERA. So this encourages us, and this year we will do work with thousands of farmers to reduce methane generation from rice production, and also actually save a huge amount of fresh water which the farmers are using. Thank you.
Over to you.
Okay. So we're done with the answers.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I would like to thank all my fellow board members, executives in the company, and other shareholders for participating in AGM. Some of the members asked questions about future. I can tell you that in spite of so-called global warming, India is today the second largest producer of food, and we are the minimum user of pesticides. So our future of our company is going to be bright, and we have to grow faster because people do not know that India is such a, and last year it was 481 billion. This year we have jumped to $550 billion worth of agriculture, which is growing very fast, and we are using minimum of pesticide, and so future for consumption of pesticide also very bright, and our farmers are learning very fast. So I'm sure we have a very bright future. I now authorize Mr. Bhaskar Upadhyay, scrutinizer, to oversee the voting procedure for the shareholders who have not yet voted. The voting lines will remain open for 15 minutes. The voting result will be announced on and before 14th August 2022. We shall be disseminating the stock exchange and placing on the website the companies and NSDL. Thank you.
Anything else, Sandeep?
No, we conclude the agenda, formal agenda.
Okay, so may I, on behalf of the board and all of us, thank the chair, Rajubhai Shroff, for conduct of the meeting. Thank you, shareholders, for attending. Thank you, Jay and the management team for lucid answers to all the questions. With this, the meeting stands closed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the board members.
We request all the members who have not yet cast their vote to do so in the remaining period of 10 minutes. Thank you.